Yeah, so I've definitely been having a lot of fun playing PUBG the past week or two. You know, kind of playing for the Survivor Pass, but just in general, playing PUBG has been pretty fun. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I agree with you, man. I got kind of frustrated with the game like 2 weeks ago for some reason, but then right after that, I've been having the most fun playing PUBG that I've had in a long time. And it's really like going back and playing some of the old maps. I think I was playing so much Sanhok and then just playing so much Vikendi, but now I've just been doing all maps, and there's so many fun moments playing Erangel and Miramar with a full squad
oh
that
yeah,
I kind of missed. So it's funny. And
definitely.
what we were saying before we started the podcast is that not having map selection is almost like kind of the reverse right now. Like it's almost a good thing because it's like making you appreciate all of the different maps, and you kind of just like have fun when a new map comes up for me.
Yeah, it was frustrating when it was only Erangel and Miramar, but now that with the four maps, when it kind of rotates around, I don't really mind Miramar as much. As long as I
Yeah.
don't get it four times in a row, it's okay.
Yeah. Same.
But it was amazing playing Erangel and having the bridge camp.
Oh, so much fun,
It was
dude.
just like so uh yeah, that was probably the most fun I've had playing PUBG.
Yeah,
That one
and,
game was
and I
just
think it's
amazing.
because I've been playing a little bit more squads with you guys, and a lot of times I play solo on the stream, so
Yeah.
I've kind of like missed playing squads. It is so much fun, like playing with everybody in those
Mm,
situations.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely like people voted unanimously for the tournament to play squads. I guess, you wouldn't think that, but a lot of people like to play squads more. I think it's just more fast paced, honestly, in general.
Yeah, yeah. It gets the fights are more hectic, like because more people are together. I feel like you don't run into people as much unless you hot drop, but then once you get later
Mhm.
into the game, it gets way more hectic for sure.
Yeah. I feel like people when you have a group, you're a little bit more rambunctious or something too.
Oh,
You
a
really
hundred
push the
percent.
pace.
Yeah. That's so true. So true. And it's nice because it just makes the game to me a little bit more casual at times. I mean, it makes it tougher at the end. Like to me, the spectrum of the game gets wider. Like it makes it more casual because you could just literally relax and people like we share loot, you help each other find stuff, but then you could take it squads also can be more difficult because it can become 10 times more strategic because there's like a full squad. But I like that because it can go both ways. Like someone drives while you're like texting, or if you like do, whatever, like it's, I like that whole
I literally did work.
aspect. Yeah. I like that whole aspect of playing in a squad. And for me, because I don't love the whole looting aspect, so many people love the looting aspect of Battle Royale. I personally don't. So a lot of times, like you guys loot and then I just take your scraps or whatever. And I'm like, I'm good to go. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean, like today, I think we got you got that second place after you knocked two of the three guys, and then I
Oh
think I
man.
had 60 rounds of 9mm and 40 rounds of 7.62 is all I had,
Yeah.
and next to nothing.
Well, we had a
So
crazy game that we should maybe just talk about. It was nuts. We were
yeah,
playing a full squad on Erangel earlier today, and we dropped into Ferry Pier, which not a good location. We land there a lot. Unfortunately, we land like well, fortunately, unfortunately, we go there
mm,
often because we like to kind of bridge troll that bridge that's near there by that gas station. If you guys are familiar with that spot in Erangel,
yeah,
and for some reason we've always just landed in that area. I don't know why.
it's very
And
central.
yeah, it kind of is. And again, we're like addicted to the bridge camping. I know some people hate it, but for me, it's just so much fun. It provides so many laughs. Like when
Yeah,
you see that car coming down the bridge, and everyone's like, car, car. It's like almost like when you're a kid, dude, and you're like playing in the
uh,
street, and you're like, car,
yeah. Game
car.
on, game
And
off.
you're like, yeah, dude, it's so much fun. And but for some reason, so many people landed at Ferry Pier. I guess because the
It is
plane
so
was going
weird.
over there, and there was just no loot in that whole area. So we're literally fighting three other squads, but everyone rushed each other, and we're fighting with like pistols, crossbows, shotguns. That's it. Everyone's running out of ammo. People are trying to melee each other, and we somehow made it out alive with 11 or 12 kills out of Ferry
Yeah,
Pier,
I
which
had none. I had a shotgun, and I was just like kept on getting rushed.
yeah, so we made it out, and then the circle ended up ending pretty much at Ferry Pier, and we made it all the way to the end. We had no ammo. Eventually, our team died off. I was the last person left. I was last person left versus 7 people. That team fought it out, and then there was 3 people remaining plus me, so 4 total players. I rushed the enemy team, and I killed 2 of them, and then I lost in a duel around a wall to the last guy, and it was such a brutal, disappointing loss. But
Definitely some desync.
well, maybe I don't know, man. For some reason I just can't third person fight people around walls like that. I always end up shooting the wall, and I think after watching it back on replay and talking to some of the guys in the stream, it seems like what I've been doing is I always stand really close to the wall. And it just causes this issue where my gun was kind of like twitching up and down. And I think if I was a step or 2 off the wall, that wouldn't have happened, and I would have got those shots off. But instead, my gun was like glitching out and like wasn't shooting while I was like trying to go over the shoulder, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, that's just it's hard to space yourself when you're in third person from like what you're like hiding against.
Yeah, and I know they have that marker, but it's not always accurate. And if you guys play PUBG,
No,
I'm
it's
sure
so
you guys
inaccurate.
know that. I had that issue before too, where earlier in the day when I was streaming solo, where like I was aiming out of a window and my reticle and my gun were nowhere near the window, and then I started hitting the window, so my shots didn't go out the window.
Yeah, it's like the bullets coming out of your belly button.
Yeah, they need to fix that, man. That's really, really frustrating. And I've learned to play around it where I don't even try to shoot in those situations, but I thought I just had so much clearance in this moment, and there was a guy like maybe 30 feet in front of me that I was just going to shoot at him, and it cost me the game too, because all my bullets hit the thing. He got notified of where I was, and then I was stuck, and then I had to leave because the circle was coming. He just waited for me and shot me, so I was pretty mad about that. But
yeah, that's the only thing that makes that game so unrealistic is like shooting out of windows and everything. It's like, come on, if I'm a human being, I could shoot out of a window. Like they make it so hard to shoot over objects.
Yeah. And they make it hard to shoot through really random objects like the fences and
the
which I'm sure, I guess,
of the stairs.
Yeah, I guess a fence would probably be hard to shoot through. I mean, not really though, right?
I think a bullet would tear through chain link fence, man.
It might change the trajectory of it a little bit, but like there's so many things in PUBG like that we're talking about, let alone fences, like the banister, random really strange items that just block shots. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Well, I was shooting those guys in that house when we were in Ferry Pier with the M16 at 30 rounds. I was shooting through the banister, and I was like, this clearly should be hitting them, and it just wasn't. It was like it was an invisible, shield, like a shield they had up. But that's the only thing that bothers me with that stuff is like, when you can't shoot out of a window, you're hitting a windowsill. Like the guy's still like 50 feet away from the house, and you're hitting the windowsill.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me. I was like so frustrated.
Yeah,
but
so
yeah, you kind of just learn not to do that, and hopefully, I don't know how they would ever fix that, but I hope eventually they will do something about it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just like a word, like helpful though, because if you're in a car and you're pulling up to houses and you don't know if guys are there, if you just pull up close enough to the house, like they can't shoot out the window at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh man, those moments are always just rough, dude. But that was a tough loss. But either way, it was a good day of streaming, and had a lot of high kill games, and I got a chicken. Oh, me and you got that chicken dinner, the duo chicken dinner together.
Oh yeah, we did get a duo chicken dinner,
which was a crazy match too. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know why, but all the matches the past couple of days have just been so much fun and so hectic that makes it fun too for me.
When did we do the bridge camp? Was that Friday? Saturday?
When was that, man? I think it was Friday night, actually.
So good. It
was so much fun, but the only issue we had was that the bridge camp was so successful that there were so many cars on the bridge that we were all lagging. And I mean, most of us play Xbox One X SSD, and the lag was so real that that's the only shame, man. But I mean, I get it. There was like 6 cars and maybe 7 cars, and
everything's on fire.
But still, though, like that's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, when I'm shooting the DP and it's just like not even making a noise.
Yeah, and what you said today was a good point, that the bridge, I never really thought about it, but it totally makes sense once you said it, that the bridge camp works better when the enemies have to head towards military base, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, it never really works out when it's opposite.
Yeah, because there's only like a couple teams possibly leaving military base.
Yeah, and that's also because they've been like fighting each other too. So like,
so
if they land in the military base, it could be like 2 teams left.
Yeah. But the other way around, if you have that bridge, and that's what we had on Friday, they had to get the military, and we had that bridge locked down, man. And the way the circle was that everyone, it was only through the one bridge, and it was the bridge that we were on. and all of the boats were on military side. Like we saw like if you looked over the boat there, I mean the bridge, there was like 4 boats, and they were all on
Yeah.
military side.
And we were strapped too. Like in all
Oh,
honesty,
oh yeah, we had
we
so
landed
much
at Ferry
loot.
Pier and we were strapped with
Well, that
guns.
time we landed at Ferry Pier, we found multiple SLRs and snipers and scopes, which
Yeah,
was
I had a DP, which is just the ultimate bridge camping weapon because you just unleash on cars coming at you.
oh yeah, unleashing 7.62 rounds at people.
Yeah, that thing just tears through the cars.
Yeah, and it's
But
fun. I love using that thing, the dinner plate 28, as I call it.
yeah,
It's great. If you have the
it's
silver skin on it, it looks like a giant like silver plate on top,
mhm.
and it's
Looks like Rick James cocaine plate.
yeah, yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's definitely that's like I would land in that area every single time just to hopefully get a bridge camp.
yeah, it's like worth it because yeah,
So fun.
and almost no matter what happens, like someone's gonna cross the bridge because people always land at military base. That's like what people's favorite spot. So even if it's not a good bridge troll, you can always usually get one team if you wait long enough. But
Yeah,
sometimes it's just
I
not
think
worth it.
yeah, it's just hard if you don't have like a scope or something because if there's a team that comes on the bridge and they're just sniping at you, but
Yeah.
it's the hope is that like a lot of cars will be coming and you can if you got like smokes, I think it's like important to pick up smokes in that situation. So if a car does come, they have to pass those guys that are like parked at the end of the bridge
Yes.
and come to you or something.
No, for sure.
And hopefully
Smokes
you
are
can get
huge on
them
the
to smoke
excuse me.
out and get their loot.
Yeah, smokes are huge on the bridge. And also there's the strategy, if you bridge camp, you can do one of two things. You can line up the cars so they can't get through, which is our preferred method, or you can do the sneaky one where you hide the car and then you kind of pop out when they're on the bridge, so it makes it look like there is no bridge troll happening.
Yeah, which is risky because they could just run you over.
Yeah, but a lot of times, if players are smart, if they see those cars lined up, they stop right away. Then it kind of ruins the bridge troll. But then again, if you have
Yeah.
scopes, you could still take them out.
Yeah, we did a good job with the other night with that. Like those guys were like, this is just did not go their way.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back on it. Dude. It's just so funny. Especially when you see them like they know they're screwed and they just go for it anyways. I'm laughing so hard thinking about it.
They're just like, screw it. Yeah.
Oh man, because you know what it's like to be in the other situation. Because you're like, we're screwed.
Yeah.
This makes you laugh so much, man.
You just have to hope for the best.
Yeah, it's funny, dude. They just blow up and they're beat. Ah,
I love it.
great times, man.
Yeah.
All right,
for
so
sure.
that's bridge camping 101. Lots of good laughs, and that's the best part about gaming, man. Playing with your friends and getting kills, and I don't know, just having a good time.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I guess from that we'll move on to something a little bit more serious. Well, not that serious. We're still talking about video games, but we'll talk about the patch update number 26 for PC. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, so
Patch 20.
this is an update, patch number 26 for PC, but it's only on the PTS right now, so this isn't fully out yet. But one thing that I want to talk about before we start this, though, is that I'm not trying to bring up some kind of like a big deal about this, but like, I have my Twitter set up to get notifications from PUBG's Twitter, so I get the latest news, like if they drop something on console. And literally since the Vikendi pass came out for Xbox, which was when after Christmas, beginning of January or mid-January, I think the pass came out. There hasn't been like any notification about anything happening for Xbox fixes. I mean, now there's a hot fix allegedly coming, tentatively planned for the end of the month. But
Yeah.
like since then, I mean, PC got Vikendi in early December, mid-December, and they've had so many like updates and fixes and tweaks since then. They're always tweeting about PC stuff. So when I saw this come out today, I was just shocked that they got another update, but I think that they're really just focused on fixing the issues for Xbox. But to see that they're still coming out with new content when there is so many game-breaking issues in the game is kind of like worrisome. And I know a lot of people on Reddit are like really frustrated and on the forums that like they would come out with new content. But I get it from a business perspective that like you got to keep people interested in the game despite the problems. But it is kind of like, bro, can't you just put all of your resources on making Vikendi like a playable map for people who play on Xbox? But,
yeah, like stop like kind of have like a stop everything, get it fixed, and then go back to your content.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's way more complicated than that. And who am I to say? I'm just speaking kind of out of like personal opinion. But
Yeah.
to me, I don't get as mad. I'm actually happy they did this, and this stuff will trickle down to Xbox, and that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it. I mean, me and Sypher5 here, we both own the game on PC, but we mostly play on Xbox. So what's going on here is that they've added a couple different things here. They've added a new vehicle, which is called the Zima. Did you have a look at that? It's like a
Yeah, I saw it. Looks like a Bronco.
yeah, it looks like to me it's I was hoping there was a leaked image of a truck that sounded like it was gonna come to Vikendi, like a snow truck that was made for the snow. And I thought it was gonna be a little bit like beefier, like a bigger truck, almost like a Humvee type kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this kind of just looks like a UAZ with like lights on top and I don't
It
just
even
look
looks
that
like the front end, same front end as it.
yeah, it doesn't look that different to be honest with you. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, what's up? And then it says the Zima replaces the UAZ on Vikendi. Okay, so it's actually not being added. It means being added to the map, but it's replacing the
Replacing
UAZs.
it.
Interesting. So just a little
High
bit different.
durability and ideal for combat situations. A little bit. It's probably the better on the snow. Got it.
Yeah, it's better on the snow. I just thought it'd be cool if there was like a regular car and then like you would have to struggle, and then if there was like a rare car that was like made for the snow and that was like really, I don't know, strong or something. Like a Humvee would have been sick on this map, maybe.
It would be cool. It would definitely be different too.
Yeah. And then after that, they re-put back in the snow bike, which was supposed to be in the previous update, but they took it out because there was a lot of issues. And I saw Wacky Jackie, probably one of the bigger PUBG YouTubers out there. He's on PC. He tested it out this morning on PC, and he was driving around, but then there was an issue where sometimes when you get in it, you couldn't drive. It was like glitched out, and you would like kind of just like
sit there.
Yeah, you kind of sit there and like rock back and forth and be all glitched out. But then he got off and he got back on and it ended up working. So, but that's, I mean,
weird issue.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, but it looks, I mean, I have to imagine that if you look at the snow bike, the way it is, it's like a motorcycle literally with the snowmobile tracks in the back and skis on the front. That might kind of be hard to code without like tipping over and stuff. I don't know how the physics of that would really work, but I'm guessing maybe something along the lines of that, like the coding of it has to be a little messed up, but hopefully they can get that fixed and they can keep this in the game. But then what's problematic is, are they going to be able to fix that for console too? So we'll see, I guess, when, and again, this is after we haven't even received patch 25 yet, which is the Bison on console, the Moonlight effect, weather effect, and some of the other updates that are on PC right now. So
yeah, we got to play that Moonlight effect. Check it out.
Yeah, we should. I mean, I can play on PC. I know you have the new PC now, but I just can't I can't stream and play at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's it. We got the truck, the snow bike, and then this is something that I want to hear your opinion on. So, and for everybody else, this is kind of big news if you guys haven't heard this already, is that the flare gun is finally being added to all matches in public matches as a rare spawning item. And they were talking about this a long time ago, that they were considering bringing this to public matches. And something that they've done to balance this. So if you guys aren't familiar, I guess I'll just explain it. The flare gun is available on console in custom games, but only in custom. And you find the flare gun, you shoot it up, and if you're in the circle, if you shoot it up, you get I guess it's just a regular care package, or I think it's an enhanced care package with more goods. It has more items in it. And then if you shoot it outside the circle, you get an armored UAZ. And that I've never actually been in on console.
Yeah, we have.
Have we? I don't know if I've been in. Actually, you're right. You're right. I have been in it because you couldn't shoot out of it. You can't shoot out of the armored UAZ. That's right. Yeah. So that's how the flare gun works. And obviously it's pretty, if you're playing on a pretty big map, sometimes it's hard. You always hear the flare, but sometimes it is hard to see it, especially because of all the sunlight in the map sometimes. So it's not. Yeah, and there is some like glitches with it. So what they've done here to fix it is that, or to make it more balanced, is that I think you have to wait until the second circle. Does it say here? That's what Wacky Jackie said. He said that you have to wait until I think at least until phase 2, but I don't see it here in the patch notes. And that there's going to be an icon now on the mini map showing where the flare went off. So now everyone in the map will know that it's where it got shot off at. So it's definitely going to be a extremely big risk to shoot the flare gun off, but it's going to add a lot more fun to PUBG. So I guess the question is that like, do you think something like this is going to like not break the game, but like completely change the game? Like now there's going to be there's already a decent amount of care package that drop off every game. Is this going to like be too many OP weapons, too many level 3 gear? Like, is it going to be like cause too much fighting in the mid game?
No, I think it's okay. As long as it's pretty rare. Even if it wasn't super rare, it's definitely causing more fighting. I don't think is a bad thing. I mean, how many people really go for the care package? You know what I mean?
I feel like people.
Anymore.
I mean, there's definitely care packages that probably don't get, people don't get, because I mean, how many times have we rolled up to a care package that looks like somebody got it because it's like old and there's something in there? So people definitely miss care packages. But I feel like, and having a care package doesn't change the entire game, but it does. You do see a lot of times when people win a game, they have. You can tell they were at a care package. Like you'll see them winning with a Groza or with the M249 or with level 3 gear. So you can kind of tell that they hit a crate at some point.
But I mean, if you shoot the flare up, it gives everyone a chance in the area to be like, okay, these guys got something, and you could go after them. You know?
Yeah.
Similar to a care package, and then you see a plane fly over too. Even if you don't see the flare, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think if it's gonna make the game dynamic a little bit different. But I think it adds a little bit more flavor, you know?
Yeah, I think so too overall. And I found that the text here says the flare gun will only deliver a care package when used after the first blue zone phase now. So you have to wait until the second circle, I guess. That's what it meant. Okay.
So that makes everyone's a little bit closer together too.
Yeah, they wanted that to maybe balance it out, so you can't just get a free flare gun shot off the bat when people are pretty spread out. So that's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it adds some more spice to the map, and like it's just another exciting thing to happen. And it doesn't make PUBG like unrealistic or like super gimmicky, you know. And to me, it's like if you get that flare gun, you're going to be super excited. It might not even work right, but at least it's like something else that's kind of refreshing in the game, change it up a little bit. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it definitely changes things for sure. I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, me neither. I was just playing devil's advocate. Yeah, of like what could be like the downside of like having it in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, but I don't think it would be that bad as long as not like there's not 100 of them and there's not one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it says that it will vary from map to map.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder how it will be on Sanhok, if there will be more or less because the map is smaller.
Yeah, that's kind of a good question. It's kind of really don't know because there's more loot, but it's smaller map. I don't know. There has to be some ratio they use or something. You know what I mean? It's size to loot or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. I wonder if they'll post the exact like drop rate somewhere. They might, like when it actually comes out to the main server. And who knows? I mean, again, this is all in the PTS, so this stuff could be tweaked before it goes to live server.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot this is still PTS.
Yeah, just a PTS update for right now. And I'm just looking through. They have a bunch of fixes here. What did you read before that was making us laugh before we started the stream?
So yeah, the fixes. The first general fix is fixed issue where Molotov's flame could be heard over 1 kilometer radius.
Wow,
that's like pretty much the size of Sanhok.
No, Sanhok is 4x4, right? So 1 kilometer is like a fourth of it.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's a kilometer radius.
That's so ridiculous.
Not even a whole diameter, bro. That's like, yeah.
So
no, what?
Oh no, you're right. 1 kilometer radius means it's half, so that's huge.
And this is another funny one. Fix the issue of dead bodies making footstep sounds.
Oh yeah, I heard that on PC. That's ridiculous.
That's so dumb. Fix issues that could cause grenades to deal damage through floors in certain buildings. That makes sense.
I've been seeing the Molotov do that a little bit on console, where like someone will throw a Molotov, like
it's like burning through the ceiling.
Yeah, like burns through the ceiling or like all the way through the house, which I don't know if it's intended to do that. I know it's supposed to spread now when it's on wood or in a house, but like you'll see it like pretty far outside the house that it was thrown in. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's right. Actually, we spectated a guy, he killed himself. He was in the top 3, dude, and he threw a Molotov in the house because he thought a guy was in there or in a shed, and then he was standing too close to the shed, and he lit himself on fire. Awesome. It was so embarrassing. We were like, oh my God, imagine.
So many times. I think I was playing with Wendell and Matt, And the guy went to go throw a Molotov and hit the tree in front of him and just like burnt himself
Oh my
alive.
god.
And his
I
partner that we had.
Yeah, I feel like the Molotovs have like they've become like more powerful recently. I think I don't
They're a
know if I
lot
missed
more Vikendi.
I don't
That's
know if I missed like an update to the Molotovs. They might have updated them in like a recent patch, but I think they did a while back ago. They made it where the spread rate was faster because it would break and then it would a lot of times you would hit somebody with the Molotov and like wouldn't do anything. So they made
still
the time
happens.
from when it breaks to like being on fire faster. I know that for a fact. Like that was I made an
Yeah.
update video about that. But they seem now to be like they really catch people on fire. And I had that one moment where I was on fire and I couldn't shoot my gun. I had never seen that animation before until like 2 weeks ago. And
Yeah.
that got me killed because I couldn't even shoot.
I mean, that makes sense. I don't hate it. It's definitely not consistent because I've thrown Molotovs and it's like it hits the guy in the face and he's not on fire.
Yeah,
I'm
we've
like, what
seen
the hell?
videos of that. Yeah.
I'm like,
Matt,
that's so
our buddy
annoying.
Matt had shared that where he hit somebody like right in the body and then they got away without being on fire. So
Yeah. And then there's been times where I've thrown him like perfectly over or something and it's just done exactly what I needed it to do. So
yeah, no, I got some cool kills with the Molotovs recently. So it's like I mean, I guess everyone always says this, but it's hit or miss, like everything. I guess.
yeah,
Hit or
it's
miss.
not terrible. There's just definitely a lot more on Vikendi, so you're using them a lot more.
Yeah, there's so many on Vikendi. They're all over the place.
Yeah, it's worth it to pick them up though. I think they do a good job like clearing out houses and just like blocking
No,
off
so,
stairs
yeah,
if you need a second.
especially on Vikendi, there's so many buildings that having Molotovs and having those grenades at the end is key. I've been finding that out more and more. Having a lot of grenades, no matter what it is, even stuns, smokes, everything. I mean, everything helps at the end to cover you, to blind an enemy that if you need to get across a field. Like having those items at the end is just huge.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely does. Like the Molotovs can really get someone out from behind a tree or yeah. Like
Yeah.
I got killed today when we were on Miramar because the guy was throwing grenades. I
Oh
didn't have
yeah,
any grenades.
yeah. I know it was so brutal.
Yeah.
He chucked like 2 or 3 grenades at you.
I knocked his teammate, and I just had this one more. He was just rolling grenades at me.
Yeah, it was
Just
brutal.
staying behind a porta potty.
And what sucks is you had already been hit one time, so like you needed to heal, so you were like in a
I
tough
was, yeah, I
spot.
was
That
just starting to heal.
when you're hit and you're hurt and someone's throwing grenades at you, that's like the worst spot to be in.
Yeah, because you can't move when you're healing.
No, I mean
So,
you can try to be aggressive, but the odds are it's not going to work out in your favor.
I know. I feel like if I had saw that grenade or heard the last one, if I just pushed him hard, it would have been. I would have had a good chance of hitting him before he was able to get the gun back out.
Yeah, yeah. For those moments are so frantic, it's like hard
Yeah,
to even think about what to
yeah,
do there.
it is. It's always a tough judgment call. you know.
Yeah, and that's what
But
kills me because today I was watching back that loss where yeah, I killed the 2 guys. It was 1v3. I killed 2 of them and then I died. I watched that back like 7 times on stream and it was just killing me. But
yeah, it happens, man. It's just
it's PUBG, man. It's tough. The second place losses are just so brutal because you feel like you don't get anything in PUBG for a second place. So you're like,
nothing.
God dang, so close. Especially
Yeah,
because my hopes my hope my in my head I was like, there's no way I'm winning this match. And then when I killed the 2 guys, I'm like, I'm winning. Like in my head, I'm like, I won already, I got so excited. And then to die was like, oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, man.
I
I bet those guys were amped up.
Yeah, they definitely. Or there's oh wow, that was almost really bad.
Yeah. They almost screwed up there. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
but it was a good day of gaming. I don't think anything was really bad.
No,
We
no,
got
pretty.
chicken dinner.
Yeah, I mean, any day we get a chicken dinner is always solid. Oh, and I figured, well, let me make sure this is everything with patch number 26. I think it is, right? We just got bug
Some world
fixes.
fixes like buildings rendering late while free falling on Vikendi, but these are like all PC stuff. So if you're an Xbox person, it doesn't really matter to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You
Hopefully
know,
they'll just be
a
doing
lot of
everything.
PC world fixes here with just loading. So
Yeah, and then if you guys haven't heard, there is like a hot fix allegedly coming out. Again, they said tentatively, so that means like not guaranteed that at the end of the month they're going to try to fix some of the issues with loading. And in case you guys, I might try to put together a video like explaining it for people, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. What they said was that they used to do a thing where the reason why there's so many Play-Doh buildings in PUBG is that they decided that like it's better to have the building half loaded than to not be loaded at all, and then eventually it would load, but at least you saw where the buildings were. But the thing is that half loading it like made it take longer to load because it would have to like half load it and then load it. And this is kind of the same thing. Like I've heard video game companies say that like a lot of times when companies have a really elaborate loading screen, like the loading screen would be shorter if it wasn't elaborate, you know, because they're also loading the loading screen as the game loads in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what they did was they changed this coding, I guess, a priority, or this is from their words that they explained in their post, on Vikendi to be where it would just not do that step and it would just go from 0 to loaded. And that's why when you drop at some of these buildings, even for me and you with the Xbox One X and SSD, when you drop a castle, you don't see anything. And then for us, when we get like, when we're parachuting down, it pops up. But then I watched another person today on Twitter, shout out to Boris15, another YouTuber out there. He had a video on Twitter where he landed and ran around castle for a good 30 seconds and it still hadn't loaded yet at all. And I was like, holy crap, man, that's a lot of time. Like people already looted up and like you're just running around.
People just running through walls and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So
even like Dino Park doesn't load in. It's not like it's a big structure of stuff.
You're right. Yeah, there's not a lot of structure there. I mean, there's a lot of small things though, so it's kind of detailed, but it's not anything like big though.
I don't really. Yeah, I'm kind of not sure how it works on that, but
yeah. But for people listening, that's what's going on. This hotfix hopefully will help, and I don't know if it's just for Xbox. I'm assuming it's for Xbox and for PlayStation.
The one that just came out for that. Yeah. No, the PC one does a lot too.
Yeah. No, I meant the hotfix is coming out allegedly soon. I just don't know if it's also for. I don't know if they mentioned if it's for both consoles or just for Xbox. I forgot.
Yeah.
So that's that, and then also, I guess I should mention the tournament that just got announced. There we go.
Yeah, that's big news.
Yeah, so today I finally posted the video. I kind of made the announcement yesterday, and I was supposed to have the video up yesterday, but I didn't want to like half-ass the video, and I just wanted to like put some edits in there and then make sure everything was ready to go. So I shared the link on stream yesterday for everybody. I also wanted to make sure that people who are like regulars in the stream were able to sign up first. And then the video went out today. So if you guys are listening to the podcast, maybe on like iTunes or Google, or you're new to the podcast or to my channel, this is going to be the second tournament that I'm hosting ever. And it's not that this is some like fancy smancy tournament or anything like that. This is just something that we did kind of for fun for the kind of like small community that we've built. The first one was just for fun. It was like a solos tournament and everybody enjoyed it. I've been receiving like a ton of messages to do another one. And I forget if you mentioned this on the podcast or if it was before we started, but like a lot of people, we did a vote, like should the next one be duos or squads? And like everybody was voting squads. So that's what this one's going to be. And, you know, people were asking me, I was just going to do one and then done. And people were like, literally like, dude, one a month. I was like, how many should I do? You know, like once every 2 a year or something. And everyone's like every month. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to do every month, but people are like really excited about it.
I mean, it would be kind of cool to get like a good schema going. I think one a month might be overkill because then people will kind of get tired of it.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I think like having a maybe once a quarter or something like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think once a quarter would be cool, or maybe have like these initial like do the solo squad and then maybe do a duo one really soon, and then take a break for a while, and then
different season kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, you could definitely do a lot of elaborate things, I guess, to make it more fun. You can almost make it tournament style too. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah, no, I would love to keep stepping it up every time. I mean, this is just the second one, so I'm going to learn as I go. And if you guys are interested in signing up, just check out my YouTube video. Has all the information in there. You can play as a solo person, duos, 3-man squad, 4-man squad, but I will be filling you with a 4th person. Like no matter, like I will be filling up the squads. I just want it to be, I figured some people would say, hey man, let's play as a 3, but I just wanted everything to be even. So there's like, I don't know, no issues that way, or everything was just fair. So it's going to be all 4-man squads, 24 teams. I'm just going to be in the game. I'm going to eliminate myself, spectate, and there's a registration form online. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the first 96 people that sign up, and then we'll close the registration Or maybe I'll let a few other people come in and we'll just post them as like alternate teams in case people don't show up or something, or alternate people.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what to do with that. And we'll see what the demand is like. You know, hopefully last time for the solo games, like I said, we almost had 100 people. So I'm hoping that this will fill up. And it would be nice. I mean, if we get a lot of people, then the next time, like you said, we might have to have someone else, or like you, like maybe starting another tournament, like doing another lobby so we could have 200 people playing or something like that. I don't know how it would work. And then maybe take like the top 50 players from both and then make the third game with those people or something like, you know, there's so many things you could do.
Yeah.
In that way.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a tournament style, like if you get, you know, maybe the 1 week, the first, you know, first quarter you get people to, you know, 200 people, then you go down to 100 or something.
Ooh, yeah, that's an interesting idea. I see what you meant. I didn't know what you meant at first.
Yeah, I mean, like make it like, you know, winter. I don't know, man. I'm just spitballing here, but I think it'd be interesting to have all that stuff.
No, that would be like super legit. Yeah, like that. This like a season, the tournament. That'd be fun, man. But we'll see.
I mean, it gets bigger. You know, it's always good to start small and just kind of learn. That's how
Yeah.
you know, the big events probably started. You know.
No, for sure, for sure. And the first one, I kind of fronted some prizes, but I said, you know, for now, I'm gonna hold off on doing that because like I'm just doing it out of my own pocket. And then today in the stream, we had one of the members from the stream, shout out to John Green, graciously donated $20 for the first place team. So there's already like a very small prize pool, and then we might be trying to figure out. We might have a sponsor for the event. I'm not sure about that, so I'm not gonna like formally announce anything, but we might eventually get a sponsor. And then honestly, if this goes well, like I didn't think we were at that stage to like contact somebody. I mean, excuse me, even for my channel or for the podcast and everything and the stream, but we're kind of getting to the point where maybe we could get some kind of people involved, some small companies may be interested. I mean, again, my viewership isn't like insane, but I think it's getting to the point where someone might be interested in like a small sponsor type thing or like discount code type thing. And that would help doing the stream, the channel, the podcast, tournaments, all that stuff, really.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Why not? I think, what was I going to say? It's worth trying.
Yeah.
Worth seeing. I think people would like it in the tournament, get people excited.
Yeah. I mean, anything. I mean, really, for me, like, I just want people to have fun, and I know that not everyone said like, "Oh, we don't need a prize," and I like that. That's cool. I'm glad people don't need a prize and doing it for just like the honor of the thing or just for fun. That's great. But I know that like having a prize does build up some more excitement and stuff like that. So yeah. I feel like it always makes things a little bit more interesting, and not that it needs to be a lot. The other one I just did a couple of T-shirts, and we did G coin for the third place winner, and it was a small amount, but I mean those people were really happy about it, and they got pretty excited. So.
Yeah, I mean, for now, it's for the glory. And then maybe one day for something else.
Yeah, I would love it. And I don't really see anybody. Someone notified me that there is somebody doing some Xbox tournaments out there, but I really haven't seen or heard of any like major things like this or people doing like giant custom game things on Xbox, like really set up. And people were really digging that. But you know what I noticed now is I went to go test some things in custom games, and like nobody's playing custom games. I think it's probably because of the Survivor Pass, and also because Vikendi isn't in customs. So the custom game community on Xbox right now is like really, really low.
Yeah, suffering.
Yeah, it's suffering pretty bad. And also, I wonder, not to switch topics too much, but I really wonder like what the player base right now is on like Xbox and console because of just obviously the game every day. The game is getting older. It's still pretty new, but like also Apex Legends, Fortnite, Call of Duty. There's a lot of games now, a lot of battle royales.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they publish numbers. Someone asked me today in the stream, you know, like, have you been getting bad wait times since Apex? And I haven't had any of those issues yet.
No, I haven't seen anything. I mean, dude, the thing is, you need a lot of people to stop playing this game to have wait time issues.
Yeah, I think what he was saying, he plays first person, and first person has been having this person in the stream. First person has been having issues for a while now.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's player count or just like an issue in general. Yeah.
No, I think it is a player count because most people do play. You know, a lot of hardcore players are in the first person, but a lot of people really don't play first person, and it's been an issue where like in some regions they were trying to shut down first person modes, but people were getting mad. Like I think for a while
really?
they got rid of first person duos because like there wasn't enough people to duo.
And wasn't there no first person in for PS4 for a while?
I think they launched with very minimal, very minimal playlists and
Like it was
maybe
only
not first
like
person. Yeah,
North America or something like that.
yeah, it might have been just North America.
Hmm. I mean, we could do our Twitch thing real quick while
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking about numbers. I mean, Apex Legends has 48,000 viewers.
yeah. So every week we check during the podcast what's going on Twitch just to browse. So repeat that again.
So yeah, Apex Legends is 248,000.
Wow.
Fortnite is 131. League of Legends 105,000. We'll go. Then it goes just chatting, Dota 2, Counter Strike with 50 or 48,000, and then Call of Duty Black Ops 4 33. Then Anthem is out 26,000. Grand Theft Auto is 16,000. Then PUBG is actually top 10 right now with
Yeah,
15,600
yeah,
views. So
in 10th place. Yeah. Wow.
that's not bad.
No, it's not bad. And we always say this every time, like in the morning, PUBG is always a lot higher than in the afternoon. But Apex, and obviously if you're looking at Twitch, this isn't a player base determination. This is really just a viewership, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Popularity contest.
for example, popularity contest. And obviously wherever the big streamers are, Dr. Disrespect and Shroud are both playing Apex.
Yeah, Shroud. Yeah, right now Shroud is playing Apex Legends and Dr. Disrespect. So wow, Shroud has 80,000 viewers right now. Wow.
Wow, this is honestly insane. So yeah, Shroud has 80,000, Dr. Disrespect has 20,000, and Ninja's rerun stream is in the top 10 and it has 3.2 thousand, and it's a rerun of his stream.
That's so weird.
That's honestly crazy.
I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I'm surprised Dr. Disrespect only has 21,000. Usually he's above Shroud, but I guess it depends on the situation.
Wow.
Depends on the day. People like Shroud. He's just a savage player. Dr. Disrespect is like, funny. Just a personality.
Yeah, but he's pretty good though.
Alonzoka is.
Yeah,
Summit.
People are Summit 1G, I know. I've heard that name many times.
Courage JD.
I know who that is too.
He was like a sportscaster or esports guy, right? Wasn't he?
A caster for video games. And then Raken I've heard of before. Jericho I've heard of. Shifter maybe. And that's about it. Oh, BLiTz5. Oh. I'm just kidding.
BLiTz5 has got 85,000 viewers. That's pretty good.
Wow. 85 million.
85 million.
Oh shit. My bad. I just my external hard drive just unplugged. So sorry for the noise, everybody listening to the podcast. And also that probably just made like a beeping noise. Loud. Yeah, it was super loud. My bad.
It wasn't loud for me. I could barely hear it.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was really loud.
No.
All right, so let me sit up. I'm getting all like, I was like slouching in my chair.
I'm like all over the place today too with my sitting right now. I'm like, it's weird.
Nah, it just happens, man. Posture check. So we got PUBG update. Talked about the tournament. So again, my bad. I never even mentioned it. Sorry. So tournament's on March 3rd. Again, go to that video that I posted on my channel, youtube.com/BLiTz5. Tournament is March 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Sunday. You know what's funny is, man, never mind. I was going to say, people just ask me, like, no matter, I tried to make the video so detailed and people still ask me, like, the same question. You know what I mean? I literally said, like, March 3rd and all these things, like, 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And people will message you.
What day is it?
What day? I get it, though. It's just like.
It happens. You just zone out. It's all.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's hard to accommodate everybody too, 100%. Like, there's
100%.
no way to.
No way.
That's why it's good if we made it like a 4-day event.
Wow, but then the another thing is that it would be impossible because people would be like, oh, I'm not available this day or that day. Like, it's not. I also feel like, I'm not going to do this, but because I think I mentioned this before, that I feel like this would become some kind of like business thing or like legal issue, but honestly, I guess I could look into it, but I feel like having like an entry fee would help that. Like, but I don't want to take people's money, unless they want to give it to me. Like, I don't want people to have to pay or whatever, but like having an entry fee would make you show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It makes you a little bit more accountable or something.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a lot of money, but like something like that would make it, because like now I don't know what to do with these squad things, because say if I lock it at 100 players and say like 5 teams don't show up or something like that, then that's 20 people missing from the tournament, and then we're starting with 80 people. I mean, I guess that's not the end of the world, but like that, now we've taken away spots from people that would have shown up, and then how do you accommodate them? Do you allow those people just to come in randomly before the game starts? Like there's so many weird like issues like that, you know. But
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
the teams really got to be responsible for their own play, like the players, too.
Yeah, I mean, I asked that everybody sign up, everybody in your squad, which I don't know if I needed to do that. I just figured I would, so I had a better idea, like a head count. And now, like I said, I saw somebody, which maybe this is a bad idea that I'm saying this, because maybe I'll get more people who are like trolling me, but hopefully not. And this is in the end of the podcast, so hopefully people who are this far are like into the channel and the podcast. Is that like I couldn't tell if one of the entries was a troll or not. So like one of them, they put a really short gamer tag that to me it's only 3 letters. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was a really short gamer tag, and it didn't seem like a gamer tag to me. And then Steve was like, I don't think you can have that short of a gamer tag unless it's a Microsoft employee. And I'm like, I don't think a Microsoft employee like signed up for the stream. Like there's only 30 people that signed up so far. Yeah. So I have to look it up, but I guess I'll just put in these names I recognize most of the names from the stream, but I guess I'll put everybody's name into xbox.com. And if they don't pop up, I'll just delete them from the,
That's what I was gonna say. I would just look it up and see if it comes up. You never know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying all this stuff becomes super time consuming, because then it's like I'm looking up manually. I'm not going to, but like 100 names and then this and then you're like.
No, I know.
Yeah, it just becomes
so
like
manual
a manual like thing. So I wish there was some kind of better way to do it. There probably is out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think emailing everyone the password, right
It's a start.
before the tournament starts.
That's a start, right? To make it better.
Yeah, I think that's just necessary.
Yeah.
Just send it out the day of, morning of or something, and just kind of see what got,
Yeah, what I figured too is I could post like, hopefully the tournament will fill up in the next week, and then I could post the teams online, like team 1, team 2, all the way to team 24. Everybody knows if someone can't make it, they can message me, whatever will fill then. And then when we get into the game, we can just check that roster sheet. If like someone happens to get in that's not supposed to be in, we can remove them or whatever. And then we can just start the game like right away, and it would be a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So hopefully that would be better.
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll go fine.
Yeah,
I think having the teams, it makes it a little bit easier too, because like the team's got to be responsible for getting their guys in their team,
Yeah, exactly.
into the game a little bit. Like they'll be like, oh, yeah, well, let me get my, a little bit more concerned about getting everyone in there.
Yeah, I hope that helps. And I changed the scoring system this time around, so I tried to make it. I changed it up a little bit. I made up the scoring system last time. I had looked at how competitive scores, and I just thought that for a solo, it didn't really make sense for how we were doing it, like best of 3 games. Yeah. So I created my own system, like reading, like taking in what I had read around the internet. And then this time around, I took a system that was already online, and the point system is pretty. They're all of the my points was kind of like on a ranging scale that the higher you got, like the more points you got. And this is the same way, but it's not as like there's only 10-point difference between most of the levels. When I gave a really big bonus if you came in first the first time around. So now like if you are consistent, you will probably end up beating somebody who came in first one time, which the first way really wasn't that way. So so I think that will work. And I'm giving, I think, a little bit more points for a kill now. So, like, if you get a lot of kills, like that's going to help your squad. And we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to work out a little bit better this time, though, points wise.
Yeah, and I think like PUBG had like I remember I read about them doing like revamping their point system for the professional games. And they hadn't actually put anything out yet, too. So
I looked. I mean, they have stuff from like 2017 online, like 2018. I didn't.
Yeah, but I think they're redoing it.
Yeah, I think they are. Some of the point systems were just really weird. Where like the first person would get like 500 points, the second squad gets like 469 points. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing like 69 points for something. Like, I know I'm doing. I'm going to be doing it in Excel. So it's not like I'm doing the math, but I'm not. I just don't want to have like these crazy numbers. So I like the system. It's like 190, 80, 70 for first, second, third, and it goes down from there. and
Yeah, I
just make it
agree.
a little bit easier, so people can understand too.
Yeah, I agree. Don't go crazy over that part because you gotta look up everything on Stat Tracker, which is just a pain.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I'll get the I will get. What did I use Stat Tracker for? Oh, to confirm all the kills. But I do get a. It does give you a end game thing when you're the host and shows you everybody's stats, I think. But
Oh,
I
really?
was using Stat Tracker to double check stuff. Or
Mm-hmm.
did I use Stat Tracker to just check everything? I forgot how I did it. It was a tedious process. But I found there's another website called PUBGDetective.com, though, where you can
Yeah.
see match history, and it looks like you can copy and paste all of the match history into an Excel. So I'm going to use that. I forgot about that.
That's a good idea.
And then I can just sort by Excel.
Yeah, I was just like Googling some right now because I'm like curious. PUBG
Yeah,
Detective. You said?
PUBG Detective. Yeah, it's a pretty like rudimentary like website, but it's the guy says he's like 27 or 28, so he's like our age who like made the website, which is kind of cool. And
Yeah.
someone else in the stream said that they use PUBG Detective, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like looking at my own screen name now. The thing is with Stat Tracker is like case sensitive too. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, which nor- excuse me, god dang. Normally it doesn't matter. I mean, normally it does matter, but on Xbox is not case sensitive, but most of these things are case sensitive. Like PC is case sensitive, Steam is, I think. So the Stat Tracker apps are, but yeah, Xbox isn't, which is nice.
Yeah. Why does it say? Oh, it's a nice website actually. It's pretty simple.
Let me go to it. And sorry for everybody for clearing my throat in the podcast. Just happens.
Squad. Oh,
Talking a lot
Squad
today.
FPP.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
actually no. This website looks pretty decent. That's not bad.
Average.
Searching for BLiTz5. Please wait.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty good. It says yeah, it's pretty up. It's got my last games.
Wow, my wins
Oh.
percentage has seriously gone down in solos since Vikendi came out.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh man.
No.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh,
My squad
man.
rating, I mean, if you're playing in squads, my top 10 percentage is almost 55%. So more than half the time we're making it to the top 10. That's awesome.
Oh, see, this is kind of weird too. It's not giving me my overall KD. It gives me my squad KD and my duo KD. Huh.
Oh yeah. But what you mean? The PUBG tracker app on the phone tells you your overall KD. The one on the phone is definitely the nicest looking and like has a lot of good data on it. I like
I mean,
that.
the data's not wrong here. It's just different statistics.
Yeah, it's just not combining them all.
Yeah, which is weird, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, my KD's gone up a lot. My KD in squads is 3. Not that
Yeah.
it really matters, but my KD was just low in PUBG when I first started. Now it's like heading up towards the average now. I think it's like 2.5, 2.5.
That's
for
not
me.
bad. I never play solos. It's kind of funny that I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, there's no solos.
That is funny. And
Huh, that's crazy.
I'm a 28-year-old game enthusiast. This is the developer. The About Me section of PUBGDetective.com.
You can donate.
Yeah, so maybe I'll. I don't
That's
get.
kinda funny.
I don't get why. So I contacted one of these people, not PUBG Detective, but and this is just whatever, like full transparency again, just because I'm curious. There's business stuff and. Yeah, whatever. I'll just explain it. So I emailed this guy being like, hey, I'm trying to find a way to download this information so I don't have to check, so I can download it into Excel so I could just manipulate the data faster. And the guy really couldn't help me. And then I said, oh, yeah, man, I don't mean to barge because we talked back and forth. We had multiple messages back and forth and I was being polite and he seemed like a nice guy. So I just said, hey, man, I don't want to intrude on your whatever. And it's fine if you don't want to answer. But I was like, why haven't you added like ads or something to your website? I mean, you have such a good product. I was just being honest, I obviously you don't want to go on a website and have shitty ads. As a consumer, it's annoying getting really bad ads, but these guys deserve money for the work that they put in. So same thing, like PUBG Detective, the guy answered me back. He's like, I just have a donate option. Well, my dude, I don't know how many people are going to donate to you. I don't really feel super inclined, just honestly, to donate to PUBGDetective.com, but they could have a really minimalistic ad here that's not not intrusive and be at least making like a penny off me clicking on their website. I don't know. Isn't that weird? Don't you think it's kind of strange?
Yeah.
I asked him. I said in a really nice
do that?
professional way. I said like, hey, like, have you ever considered doing like a very non-intrusive ad? Like, and I said your app is really good. It's literally the best app. I'm like, I feel like you deserve like, you know, more money for your work. I hope like, you know, whatever, like, well done. And he was like, oh, there is a service people pay for and some people occasionally do donate. I'm like, oh, that's great, man. Good for you. Like, good luck with your coding. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was like, you know, just congrats on the job well done. And I didn't want to offend the guy. But I think a lot of these coders, I don't know, but I think like a lot of times they're big internet geeks too, and they hate ads. So they like just choose not to have ads. And it's kind of like a respectable thing for them not to have an ad. You know,
Yeah.
I think there's like an honor in doing that, like making a website and not having an ad. And I think so. I think that's like a cultural thing, not cultural thing, but I think that's like a internet thing where there's like some kind of respect, which I get, but also like, dude, if you put in the work, I feel like you deserve a little bit of compensation for it if people are using it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how you feel about
this.
that.
This app is crazy, man.
What is it? The PUBG stat tracker app?
Yeah, no, the PUBG Detective. Like, if you click on the magnifying glass,
Hold on, is it the app or the website you're talking
the
about?
website.
Where's the magnifying glass?
If you go to your stats and
Uh-huh.
there's a magnifying glass,
Where though? I'm
like,
looking at my
scroll
stats.
down. put in your name.
Oh yeah, like in the last match we played?
Yeah, and you could watch where everyone landed.
Oh yeah, no, all the websites have this now. Yeah. This is like all over
jeez.
the place.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and you can see where everyone else is.
Oh, and you can zoom in and shit. Jesus.
Yeah. This is how, and you can see where everybody moved. I've used these websites in the past. I actually made a video about this.
Oh, you see us. Hey, there's us.
There's a website called PUBGReplay.com where you can watch this.
You can see all the people we killed over by.
Yeah, you could see actually, you can see all the people that landed by us and what happened here. It's interesting, man, because you can see like where weird scenarios play out.
Yeah. Huh. That's kind of cool. I never knew that. That's interesting. I mean, it tells you the winner. I mean, did you
No, it's really
ask
cool.
this
These
guy?
these 2D
Oh, yes,
replays
his
are
name.
awesome.
Did it? Wow, kill placement. Did it tell you the? Did you? If you emailed this guy, did he say he would be able to get it to you, or? Like
No,
the
so the
data?
guy I contacted said no, really, like he didn't really have a good way. And I could maybe contact this guy and see if he's interested.
Might as well.
Or I could say like, hey, I'm gonna use your website. Like I'll promote PUBGDetective.com for you during the.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is that I could probably write this code.
Well, it's just
Like, it
it's just API data. So once
Yeah.
you
So I mean, maybe if I could figure it out.
no, but what I
probably
couldn't do is that it's easy to make formulas with the API data, but like I don't know how to code the website to like make it look like this, like PUBGDetective.com when like an about contact. Like I don't know HTML, but I know how to do APIing from my previous job too, and like those formulas. I used to work on stuff like this.
Yeah, but I mean, even
don't
if it's
know.
like if it's, I could probably do the whole thing.
Well, you know how to code a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I write a lot of Python and stuff. So I mean, API. I didn't know they made it an API for like Excel or. Huh. I didn't know that. Maybe we could look into this. I should look at this more detailed.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I wonder where they get the API data from
Well, that's what I mean.
Bluehole. Yo, I see what you're saying. Then maybe we could just get it ourselves. Is that what you just said?
Because if there's
My
like a
bad.
website that's
Yeah.
like giving data, like I can create like a Python script that calls that data and downloads it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. That's a good idea. Maybe you could just do it.
Figure that out. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I wonder. Because they have, if they're these websites must be getting it for free or very cheaply. You know what I mean?
No, I think it's free. A lot of these gaming companies, they like I just know from like League of Legends and stuff. They'll like I remember them posting like, "Hey, we're releasing our API now. Like, please create your own content." Like they support it because it's like YouTube. Like video game companies could copyright. PUBG could copyright all of my videos. It's their content, but they keep it because it promotes the game, and like having API sites and user content just makes more content, and keeps the community alive and people using it and making apps. It's better for them to have the data publicly available.
Yeah,
And
this is
it's
interesting. I just found, huh?
I'm gonna Google
Four
PUBG
player.
API information.
Well,
Oh, there's developer.battlegrounds. Get your own API key. Oh, you might have to spend money for it or sign in at least. Oh,
but there's a
interesting.
whole Python package for it. Yeah, I could learn this, dude. There's a Python package for it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we got this. I could learn this.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah, you need an API key, which isn't a big deal. You just gotta ask for it. They may just give it to you, or you gotta pay something, but it might not even be that much money.
Wow, interesting.
But it's a see how it says like if you go there's like a Python website. It's like literally on the Python PyPy repository, so it's like an official application. So like you
Okay.
could easily call in. I should play with it and see. But you need the API key, which I don't know. Print matches ID. So I don't know. I gotta look at it. We could take this offline.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Interesting. That's cool, man. I never even thought about Googling that until right now, until we talked about it.
yeah, that's kind of easy to install too.
Yeah, and I guess
I
before,
guarantee this.
my bad, before we end the podcast, just in case people are like, I don't even know what these guys are talking about.
Yeah,
So,
we
like,
kind of went on a tangent there.
yeah, my fault.
Sorry.
Um, the API data. So, I don't really know the best way to explain it, but what I used to do, I guess my layman's terms explanation of this is that, like, there's, PUBG has all of their data, internal data about all of their match logs and every stat that's happening in every game, and they're saving all of that data. They have servers, everything that's hosting the game, and a lot of companies, it's just like even like stock information or anything that you see like online, that data is just going out to like multiple different, even like the weather, right? Like the weather is being sent. Well, maybe not with the weather, but like any data that goes to the same that goes to various websites has one internal source, right? So no matter what website you go on that's looking at PUBG stuff, they're getting their data from PUBG. So they call this like APIing the data. I don't even know what it stands for exactly, but
Yeah, pretty much like they give you a way to call data in a certain way. Like um it's called like a client, and what the client does is that you send out a request, and the client you'll say I want Cypher 5's data, and the client will reach out to the PUBG servers, and that will actually like return. It's like called the get, and the get will return the data
yeah,
to
that's
you.
actually a great way of explaining it. Yeah, and API stands for Application Programming Interface. And I used to do this at work with like financial information, like about a company. You could return like, what's this company's stock price, and for every day for the end of the day for the last 10 years, and you could get thousands of every end of every day for however many years the stock price, and then it returns that information. So it's like it's some of it's pretty easy. I mean, you can get pretty complicated with it, but it's a great way to just look up large amounts of data. So for example,
Yeah,
all of Cypher 5's kills of all time, all of BLiTz5 kills, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah, it's pretty much just the way that they can make data like portable for everybody.
Yeah, but what's crazy is that like imagine how much data PUBG has, how many games just happened. You know what I mean? If you think about
Yeah,
it.
they definitely have a lot. I mean, I remember they put something on Kaggle, which is like a big data science website, like to predict like where the final circle will end up and stuff like that.
Oh, really? I think I saw
Yeah.
that like where people land sometimes, like the most land.
Yeah, they have like a whole bunch of like Kaggle is known for having contests, and like I think one of the bigger ones was like the Netflix one.
What was
Like
that?
Netflix. So Netflix put out, I don't know if it was hosted on Kaggle, but Netflix paid $1 million in a contest to have someone come up with a way to suggest movies to people, and some guy won it.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's nuts,
like
dude.
yeah, they just like how do you like when you look at your movies on Netflix, like and it tells you you would be interested in
Yeah, like
these.
recommended next. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's not even that accurate, but whatever. They got something that was like completely accurate.
wow.
Because basically what it's doing is like they probably gave a list of movies that a user would watch, and then like what they like all these users. So basically they would just say, okay, we'll say let's try to predict if they like this movie. Like here's 10 movies.
Yeah,
Let's see
based
if,
off every other user that's ever watched
yeah,
those 10
like,
movies.
and what's their most recent movie. So like, let's see if these 9 movies have some sort of pattern to predict the 10th movie they watched.
Yeah, but there's so much, they could be going off so much other underlying data, like what the video is tagged as, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of metadata it's called. But like, even just sometimes simple stuff like title,
yeah,
yeah, exactly, like is it sci-fi,
genre.
characters, actors, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
actors, yeah. It's crazy, man.
So
All those algorithms and even the YouTube thing, all that stuff is crazy, man.
yeah. I'm just
Honestly, it's gotten to the
surprised.
point, though, where it's like too ridiculous to me. Like,
Yeah,
not to switch
it is
subjects,
a
but
little
keep going.
ridiculous. It is getting crazy. I'm just trying to figure out license MIT. I'm really just trying to figure out how to get an API key for this, but I'll figure that out another time. But see, like, oh, it says right here, API key,
You got to
API
log
key
in.
region.
Yeah, you got to make an account. I already have a PUBG account, but I think you have to log in and request one, and then you'd find out if they're
Oh, you gotta
asking
send
for
me the
money or for
yeah.
or for
Send me
something like
that
that.
link, because then we could probably just API all the data. If I get a list of people, and if I figure out how to do it from my name, I could get everybody's.
Yeah,
You know,
just in one shot, that'd be easier. Yeah.
100%. Because it says like PCNA in that guy's website you sent me.
Yeah, but even then, like I said, I think I should be able to just use this thing. But obviously, it'd be fun for us to look at it. But I should be able to just use PUBG Detective and get the
Yeah.
information that way.
Yeah, see PCNA. So I guess this is gonna be Xbox NA. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. See what's up.
All right,
It
sounds
always
good, man.
doesn't hurt to try.
Never hurts to try. Plus, we're just learning as we go. Like I said that in the
Yeah.
announcement video. Like we're just learning all this stuff, even the podcast channel, all that stuff. So sorry if we rambled on there a little bit at the end, guys. But we're just
Yeah.
figuring it out, and we learned something new. That I guess you can get that data, and we'll see what we can find or just play around with. And yeah, who knows, man? I mean, the tournament and stuff like this could just fizzle out, or we could start a Xbox tournament empire, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
kidding
agree.
around, but like you never know. Like there's a fun demand for it, and I think it would be fun to set stuff like this up, man. I think people enjoy this stuff, and
Yeah, I agree.
and
I
I'm
agree
down.
100%.
I'm down.
I'm down too.
All right, dude. So I guess we pretty much covered everything for today, and this is the 14th episode of the podcast. So we are
Yeah.
going strong,
Keeping it moving.
keeping it moving. Anything else you'd like to add, man?
No, I think that's it.
All right, so we got patch 26, PUBG Xbox tournament. Check out the YouTube page for that. All that information, registration form.
Yeah.
What else?
Get involved, everybody.
Get involved.
Play the
Check
game.
out, yeah, play the game, play PUBG. Make sure you guys are playing it. No word on any crossplay soon. You know what? Before we end though, I saw that I thought it was already crossplay. I know it was with PC and Xbox, but Rocket League finally went actual crossplay with PlayStation 4, which I thought it already was.
Oh, wow.
But the people were all posting over Reddit yesterday, like playing with their friends on PS4 and stuff. So it's happening slowly but surely. I hope PUBG could get it done. I don't know. That would be just game changing. But hopefully you guys are still having fun playing PUBG despite the issues. Again, if you guys have any topics or anything you ever want us to discuss on the podcast or bring up, leave a comment in the YouTube video or tweet at us on Twitter. I'm BLiTz5 on that platform. And you guys know where to catch us during the stream, during the week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. So we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us in the final circle.
Of course. All right, everybody. Take it easy.
Later.